You have Gainesville and Buford on your short list for places to move and for good reason. Gainesville and Buford are pretty similar in many ways. They both have all the shopping you would ever need, great locations, access to Lake Lanier, but what makes them different and which one should you choose? Hi, I'm Sarah Maslowski, a local real estate agent serving the Northeast Metro Atlanta area, and Buford and Gainesville are two of my favorite towns. I personally live in Gainesville and my office is in Buford, so I obviously spend a lot of time in both of these towns. They are both two of the most popular towns in their respective counties, and for good reason. So which one might be better for you and your family? First, let's take a look at Buford, which majority is located in northern Gwinnett County. It sits right on the edge of the suburbs before you start to get into kind of more of the busy Atlanta feel. There is a tiny portion of the town that is in Hall County, but most of it lies in Gwinnett, which is a massive county. It's actually the second most populous county in Georgia with over 930,000 residents. Buford sits on the southern end of Lake Lanier and it's home to the Buford Dam on Lake Lanier. Buford's location on the lake makes it a very popular location for people who want to live on the lake, but they also need to commute into Atlanta. Now, because of this great proximity to Atlanta, it makes it easy for those who need to commute down to the city. We've got quick and easy access to 985 and 85. Now, just up 985, about 30 minutes north of Buford, lies Gainesville. Now, Gainesville is a growing town right here in the middle of Hall County. Gainesville has 49,000 residents, with myself being one of them, and it is the biggest town in Hall County. One of the biggest perks of Gainesville is its awesome location. In most parts of the town, you're just a few minutes away from Lake Lanier. In fact, if you want to live directly on Lake Lanier, this is one of the best towns to do so. You're only about 45 minutes south of the North Georgia mountains, and you're about an hour north of Atlanta, so you're in the best spot to take advantage of both. Like Buford, you've got really convenient access to 985, which is going to take you all the way down into Atlanta. One of the things I love the most about living here is how easy it is to get down into the city when I need to, but we're not so close that you have to deal with all of the traffic and the drawbacks that come with living in Atlanta. Now, if you have to commute into the big city daily, this is likely not going to be the best location for you. Buford would win this matchup because it's only, well, you wouldn't think that being 30 minutes closer to the city adds up, but it makes a huge difference in your commute time and the amount of potential traffic that you're going to have to deal with. Now, there are some parts of Gainesville that are quite a bit farther from 985 since it's such a large town. So that's also something to think about if you need quick access to 985 for your commute, maybe not into the city, but to other parts. Sometimes it can take you 15-20 minutes just to get to the interstate to get to where you want to go. So Buford might be a little bit more convenient to the interstate, but Gainesville will definitely offer you more privacy and more convenience to the lake and the North Georgia mountains. By far, one of the biggest differences between Gainesville and Buford is the cost of homes. At the time of filming this video, the average sales price in Buford was $507,000. In Gainesville, the average price was $425,000. Way more of Gainesville sits on Lake Lanier than Buford, so you're going to find many more homes for sale on the lake in Gainesville than you'll see in Buford. Currently, there are 59 lake homes for sale in Gainesville, and if you take a look at Buford, there's only 9. There are also many more neighborhoods in Gainesville with community lake access, and since things are so competitive in Buford, finding a lake home there is going to be a lot more challenging than it is in Gainesville. This doesn't just go for lake homes. There are more homes in general for sale in Gainesville than Buford since it's so much bigger. There are currently about 258 homes for sale in Gainesville and only 198 in Buford at the time of filming this video. You are going to find that you have more options outside of HOA communities in Gainesville than you will find in Buford. Most homes in Buford you're going to find, those are going to be in like swim tennis communities. So if you're looking for a home with a little bit bigger lot and no HOA, you're going to have much better luck finding that option in Gainesville. In 2020, Buford City Schools were rated the best school district in Georgia according to niche.com's annual report for the 6th straight year. They were also voted the safest school district in Georgia, as well as one of the best places to teach in Georgia, best school district for athletes in Georgia, best public elementary school. You get it. The schools and Buford City school systems are really great. Another great thing about Buford City schools is that they are public, but it's extremely difficult to find a home that would get you into the district because the demand is so high. You can, however, pay $2,000 and tuition to attend school there if you live out of district, but they only admit students at certain grade levels. You may find yourself having to wait on a waiting list if you meet those required qualifications. Now, the actual Buford High School building is incredible. It looks more like a college or university, but way nicer than any college or university that I attended. The massive 415,000 square foot building costs a mere $85 million to complete. They have incredible sports teams, and you hear about them in state championships in just about nearly every sport. Because of the great schools in Buford, there is a huge demand to be in the school district, which makes the competition for homes here a little bit difficult. These are some of the highest rated schools in the state, so it's kind of hard to compare them to any other county schools. But as always, make sure you do your own research, talk to locals, visit the school, and make the decision based on what you would think would be best for your child. One thing both about Buford and Gainesville they both have really charming downtown areas and plenty of big box stores for shopping and restaurants. Gainesville's downtown is a lot more lively than Buford's, mainly because it's significantly bigger and there's more space for the town to be able to host events and markets all throughout the year. I recently made a whole video about Gainesville and gave you a tour of the square and highlighted some of my favorite restaurants, bars, and stores, so you should check that video out for more information. In Gainesville, you have Corkit, Atlas Pizza, and Takiera Tsunami. Those are just some of my favorites that are right there, down there in downtown Gainesville. Now, Gainesville itself is going through massive growth, and currently we are getting a ton of new restaurants and stores that are opening up, so it's very exciting. In my opinion, Gainesville's on track to kind of become like a little mini Alpharetta, one of those towns that has just about everything that you could need. When we look at Buford, they also have a very small downtown area, and there's several really good restaurants there. You've got Rico's World Kitchen, Honey Thai, and Aquaterra. Those are all incredible and some of my favorites. My office is very close to downtown, so these are some of my favorite lunch spots. Now, Buford also has a true mall. They have the Mall of Georgia, which of course has everything that you could imagine you would want in a mall. Nearby there, you also have Target, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Costco, which is the one thing Gainesville doesn't have. Now, Gainesville technically has a mall, but for all intents and purposes, it is a dead mall. There is nothing going on there. Everything's pretty much shut down. There's a Dick's Sporting Goods and there's a Belk department store, and that's all that's happening. Although there is a really good Mexican restaurant there that you can pretty much find me at just about every Friday night. But in a good piece of news, an investment company has recently purchased the mall, and they have plans to do something to it. So I'm super excited to see what they have to do. Now, Gainesville does have all of the same stores as Buford when it comes to big box retail, so there's no shortage of shopping here in Gainesville either. With all of these great amenities, you're going to have a lot of traffic in both of these towns whenever you're kind of driving around. For sure, more in Buford than you do in Gainesville, but don't let that surprise you. And of course, traffic is always relative. Locals complain about the traffic, but when y'all come from out of town, you're like, what traffic? So what do you think? Would you rather live in Gainesville or Buford? Make sure you let me know in the comments below, and what did I miss out on? If you are thinking about making a move to Georgia, make sure you give me a call. You can find my contact information directly below this video. I would love to be your real estate agent. Also, make sure you check out this video for more information on Gainesville and for more information on Buford.